Hello, everyone. Let me know if you could see and hear me. I am live. Welcome back to another live show. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It's a Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving. So let me know as you are joining me, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are you planning? Are you getting together with your family? Are you doing anything fun? By the way, Thanksgiving is one of my most favorite holidays. Any reason to be grateful for what we have is an amazing reason to celebrate, and any reason to spend quality time with the people we mostly love is always a great reason to celebrate, right? Because quality relationships are number one key to our happiness, as we already know. So I'm always grateful for to do that, and do that with my family tomorrow with a little get together, get everyone together, and just really, check in with everybody and spend really great times. I wish that you all do the same. So today I wanted to talk about how to connect your main offer in your business with a book that you might want to write. As you know, I have been very heavily really enjoying the process of launching my third book. And I just had my book launch, my live book launch on Saturday. Amazing people came to support the journey. And I'm so grateful for everything that's always happening. I wanted to show you today, how can you actually utilize your book if you have a book in your business, how to actually position that with your offer so that the book becomes a really great getaway to make the most impact for your ideal clients or potential people that get exposed to you by picking up your book. Hi, Alexandra. Hi, HRH. I'm not sure your username is, but thanks for joining me here on Instagram as well. So I am live on both my channels, Instagram, Alona Lopari Official, and also the Facebook group, Life School. Life School is the platform where we, thank you so much, where we become intentional about our success and we design our life and business on purpose. So I wanted to talk about that, right? How do you actually align your book writing with your offer, right? So what I've learned as far as, the work that I have done for my own business, but also helping so many entrepreneurs and also corporations really utilize new channels to build their brand and put themselves out there in the world, which is so important if we want to make the impact and the income that we're looking for. How is it that your book should be positioning you personally, your personal brand, and also your business, right? So the framework that you utilize through the work that you do daily to help your clients is a great content idea, let's say, for your first book of one of the books that you actually want to create or write or self-publish, right? I help people self-publish their books. I have self-published my book on Amazon. And just really being part of that process, creative process, is really something that I took away a lot from. The clarity and just you putting together an amazing legacy product is what I call book writing, because it's one of those things that stays with your legacy, something that can just go out there in the world and people can get to know about the message that you're trying to share. So that would be one way to really connect your program or your offer with your book, right? So talk about the framework that you have to offer inside your book, or the work that you do day to day with your clients, and put that together in your book, right? Because that's a great way, like I said, for people to get introduced to you, your story, and your framework. And then, of course, there's a great next step after people pick up the book to really understand a little bit more regarding your work and how is it that you can help them further and serve them at a higher level, is what I say, right? Because at the end of the day, that's the impact that we're truly trying to make as purpose-driven entrepreneurs. We are trying to make an impact with our clients, right? So a book can really be a really great getaway to that. So You could do it a couple of different ways. If you don't have a program, you can utilize the framework that you have talked about in your book to really create a program or an offer, right? Because again, you do want to give people a next step from the book reading or the readers of the book, a great next step for them to really get acquainted with you and have another way where you can serve them at a higher level. So you could go about, many ways. I always talk about book writing as a really great brand builder and great positioner in the market, right? Thought leadership is usually something that is being depicted when we write a book, right? We have our own experience, we have our life experience, our frameworks that we could put together. That's exactly what I've done with my third book, Purpose-Driven Entrepreneurship. I put together my experience with working with corporations and businesses, and what I have seen are the fundamentals in growing a legacy business, right? Everything from mindset to branding to marketing to sales systems and team. So those are the framework. That's the framework that I put together to write my book. But of course, I already had offers and ways that I was already helping my clients. So putting them together in this book, of course, is just the next step that people can get introduced to me and my work. And then it could go either way, right? Any other way. I always talk about the book, such an impactful product, because you can substitute your business cards with your books, right? It's a great way to give people a gift. I just give books nowadays. I don't give the cards anymore, like traditional, greeting cards. Just give my book to people, because I do find that gifting people knowledge and experience is definitely something that will serve them in their own personal lives as well. And we could just never get enough knowledge, right? I personally speak also about the importance of reading books. Every great leader, every great visionary leader needs to always be learning and growing, right? It needs to always be, at least my personal goal is to read a book a month, and I write a book a year. That's what I do in my life. And of course, I listen to daily podcasts and audiobooks on the go for at least an hour a day, right? Feeding our mind is so important for those new ideas to spark in our business, and for that clarity that we are looking for to align us in our life and business. So consuming great content in not just the area of your expertise, of the area of the work that you do. For me, it's business. So I study everything that has to do with business growth, business models, business strategies, business mindset, leadership, all of that. Since that is part of my work, right? But whatever it is for you, whatever area that you feel the most compelled to help people with, is that one area that you can always keep learning and growing and adding new tools and experience to your work and your day-to-day clients' lives, or your team's lives as well, right? For those of you that have teams that operate under you and help support your vision mission, these are all great ways for you to add value. I always say that the leader goes first. And if you are the visionary of your business, whether you are a team of 1 or a team of 100, you need to invest in your own knowledge and expertise first before you can direct or attract the right people towards you, so that you can make the right strategic decisions that you need to make for your business, so that again, you are saving time, you're making the impact that you're looking for, but you're also making the income, which is so necessary as well. So all those components are definitely things that are very helpful. Something else that I do to help my clients with positioning their books for after their business models or their offers is also how to market your book, right? Because that is the other part of business growth that I'm so passionate about. I always say that, even with your work, day-to-day business that you are doing, you can be very passionate about it. You can be amazing at it, but if you don't know how to market, right, what you are doing, then of course, not a lot of people are going to find out about you, and your impact and income is going to suffer. So the same way with books, I help people with a marketing strategy that aligns with their overall brand, right? Because your book is just one of those projects that is supposed to really support the overall vision, mission, and brand, right? It shouldn't be something that you do individually and you just create it and then you leave it off to the side. It should be something that always is being utilized in your brand message. So really crafting marketing strategies for your book so that it can get in the hands of the most people that you possibly can, that are your target audience. Is also a really important part of book writing, right? The marketing of books. So that's something else that I also love to help my clients with as well. So yeah, to recap, either way, if you have a book, it's a great way to position your brand. So you want to ensure that that aligns with that. If you have offers and a business, maybe writing a book is a great way to position what you already offer and put your framework and expertise in a format of a book. And that could be another great way that your more potential people find out about what your work is and what you do in the world, and vice versa. So we go from offer, book, marketing it, and book, offer, marketing it, right? Either way that you go about it, you still can get a lot of great leverage from this really great piece of legacy product. So if you're looking for support in any of those areas, if you have a book, you're looking for a marketing strategy that aligns with your brand, definitely reach out. If you are thinking of writing a book, but don't really know how to position the content in your book so that it really helps you with your overall brand and work, definitely send me a buzz. We could talk about what you're trying to create and put out there in the world. And vice versa. If you have a book and you want to create your business model or an offer around your book, that's also worth another conversation. I'd love to hear a little bit more regarding what you're trying to accomplish and what your goals are with that as well. So thank you so much for those of you that joined me. I wish you again a great rest of your Wednesday and a great Thanksgiving tomorrow with your family, and very, very grateful for all your support, very grateful for all the community, amazing purpose-driven entrepreneurs that are following me, I have contact and I have a great network with. So thanks so much for being here. And I hope this live was helpful in kind of helping you connect some more dots between how to align some more projects, so to speak, in your business. I've come to this realization that entrepreneurship is just a bunch of moving the right projects forward sort of journey. And sometimes we're moving big projects forward, and sometimes we're moving small projects forward for the achievement of our goal, our vision and mission. So depends, how you look at it. Sometimes that is a great thing because, you know that not one thing is dependent on another. And if a project is not moving forward at the right time and in place, maybe you need a new strategy, or maybe you just need to just leave it on the side until the timing is right. Timing in business is crucial. You could be doing, Tony Robbins actually talks about this, that you could be doing the right thing at the wrong time and you still won't be rewarded for the results that you're looking for. So timing is also very crucial. So speaking of that, thanks again and happy Thanksgiving. Bye, everybody.